Hi, this is Paul Slack. It's Good News Broadcast. I'm at BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music, Brooklyn, New York, right near the Good News Broadcast Studios on Flatbush and Livingston. I'm with Steve Munshin. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. Thanks for being here.
I'm very happy to be here. You know, it's nice to be out in the Hamptons in Montauk, in my Montauk Manor place, and I pick up the edible Hamptons, or East End booklet, and I'm reading it on a train, choo-choo train, on the way back, and I see something that says good, and we love the word good because we're good news. And then it was what was it? Good beer. Okay.
Good beer. Yeah, that's the event we put on here at BAM, where we bring about 20 brewers from the region together with about 20 of the best food producers and restaurateurs from New York, and create pairings and put beer on the table with food.
It's a magnificent event. I actually, along with my buddy Austin, we just covered the entire space and had an eating, drinking frenzy.
You've already had a chance to work the whole room?
We worked the room, yes. We went around, we tasted probably almost everything.
Wow.
And I'm a happy guy.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot to complain about here when you've got some of the best beer in the world and some of the best food to pair it with.
Well, let's talk about, you have a beautiful magazine. This is Edible Brooklyn. You're the editor? Or?
I'm the publisher of Edible Brooklyn, Edible Manhattan, and Edible East End, the three magazines from Manhattan to Montauk that celebrate the food culture.
Okay, how did the magazine occur? When did it occur, and why?
We started Edible East End about 5 years ago in 2005, and it was a result of a friend of mine who's a journalist and a food writer, and I getting together and thinking that this community needed a place to tell the food story, and we were approached by the founders of Edible Communities, which is the parent organization for the Edible magazines, and they asked us if we would be interested in starting one of these magazines in our community, and we knew that the East End of Long Island, with its agricultural heritage, was a place that was literally ripe for such a magazine.
Do you have an online presence as well?
We do. All the publications have corresponding websites that have updated information, blog posts, events, guides, sort of how to live the edible life.
You know, food over the past years, I don't recollect it. I mean, for me, it's always been a celebrity situation. Whoever was making it for me was my celebrity. But in essence, now it's like, you know, some of these chefs are Iron Chefs, and they're being brought to like movie celebrities, right?
It's true, and it's not just chefs. I think it's farmers, it's food artisans on just about every production, every level of the food chain now has its face, and I think people are really interested in knowing where their food comes from, and hopefully we are telling part of that story.
Well, that green story, which is very important to all of us, we do a show called the Water Hour, and so we're talking about food because an immense amount of water is used to produce food. Because if you don't feed the animals, if you're an animal eater, then there are no animals. If you don't take care of the oceans, there are no fish. And actually we've had brewmasters on Good News on the Water Hour. There is no beer. So water is crucial, and I think what you're saying is locally more people are being concerned because they know how large maybe the footprint of food actually is.
Clearly, yes, and like you're saying, the watershed and the food shed are things that we need to be conscious of and we need to protect and support, and if that means buying food that is produced locally, then that is a good way to do that.
Well, we're fortunate here in the, let's call it the East End or the Northeast, to have an immense amount of food production. Wine and beer production.
Yeah, a lot of very creative people who are very talented, yes, who have chosen food as their medium.
And a lot of good eaters.
Yeah, yes. And a lot of enthusiastic customers, no doubt about that.
Which goes to the heart of it all. I mean, the reality of the New York metro area alone is, you know, just walk down the street, restaurant after restaurant after restaurant, even in difficult economic times, are crowded.
Yes, clearly. I think eating out is a huge part of New York culture. I don't think no matter what the economy does, people always will make the restaurant experience a part of their lives.
Now, I would congratulate you on your selection of the beer companies and the food companies that are represented here. A lot of local merchants all around the Brooklyn area, some downtown Manhattan, Midtown. I mean, I really had a great assortment.
Yeah,
well, foods.
they say fresh beer is the best beer, and the freshest beer is the beer that comes from the closest region or the closest place, so gets here faster.
You're going to be doing this again?
We do this every year. This is the second annual, and we plan to do it until they no longer are interested in good beer and good food, which I don't see happening anytime soon.
Well, congratulations. Last question. What's good news for you?
Good news is that there's a turnout like this for this kind of event, that there's an interest in putting beer and food together and meeting the people who make it. Okay,
Paul Slack is reporting here at BAM. A great event. Congratulations. A lot of wonderful people. I don't just go to the website and support these wonderful beer companies and food restaurants, because I said a lot of nice people as well. So congratulations.
Great. Thanks for coming.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.